The Apostolic Age. How early churches really practiced. Think your church is different? Let me tell you how the first Christians actually did it. Welcome to the Apostolic Age 30 to 100 AD, when the apostles were still alive and Christianity was brand new. They met in houses, not buildings. No cathedrals, no pews. Just living rooms packed with believers breaking bread together. Everyone shared everything. Acts 2 says they had all things in common, selling property to help the poor. Imagine your church doing that today. Women-led churches. Priscilla taught Apollos, Phoebe was a deacon, Lydia hosted Paul's ministry. Female leadership wasn't controversial, it was normal. They baptized entire families, not just adults. When the jailer in Acts 16 believed, his whole household got baptized that same night. Sunday wasn't their holy day. They still observed Saturday Sabbath and met on the first day for the Eucharist, often before dawn, because they had to work. Speaking in tongues was expected. Paul assumed everyone would prophesy and speak in languages. It wasn't weird. It was Wednesday. They faced real persecution, not happy holidays complaints, actual prison, torture, and death. Yet they kept growing exponentially. Church discipline was serious. Paul told Corinth to expel the immoral member. No, we don't judge. Holiness mattered. Miracles happened regularly. Healing the sick, raising the dead, supernatural provision. The apostles' shadows healed people. They expected Jesus to return soon. Paul thought he'd be alive for the second coming. This urgency shaped everything they did. No professional clergy yet. Apostles, prophets, and teachers, yes. But no seminaries, no denominations, no church hierarchy as we know it. The gospel spread through networks, family connections, trade routes, synagogue contacts. It was organic, relational, unstoppable. They argued about everything: circumcision, food laws, Gentile inclusion. The Jerusalem Council in Acts 15 shows they worked through major disagreements together. Communion was a real meal, not a tiny wafer and thimble of juice. They shared full dinners with bread and wine, sometimes getting drunk like in Corinth. Prophecy guided decisions. Want to know where to plant a church? Ask a prophet. Need wisdom? Seek a word from the Lord. The supernatural was practical. They wrote letters, not books. What we call books were actually letters read aloud in house churches, then copied and shared between communities. Persecution made them bold. Every arrest, every beating, every martyrdom just proved the gospel's power and attracted more converts. They transformed culture. In a world of slavery, infanticide, and brutality, Christians created communities of love, equality, and hope. The Apostolic Church wasn't perfect. Read Paul's letters and see all their problems. But they had something we often miss. Radical faith that changed everything. They believed Jesus really rose from the dead. They lived like the kingdom of God was breaking into the world. They expected God to show up in power. Their secret? They took Jesus literally. Love your enemies. Sell what you have. Lay down your life. Expect miracles. The Apostolic Age ended when the last apostle died around 100 AD. But their example remains. Authentic faith that costs everything and changes the world. What would happen if we practiced like they did?